Hey guys, at the Toy Box, we got a group of people back here working on Halloween stuff, and I'm here to get some of these cars done, organized, cleaned. We've been driving the hell out of them lately. This guy I went to a local car show here this last week, and I brought the 98 and I brought the 3100. I really wanted to bring the C2, but this guy was dead as a doornail. Since we bought this, we've had issues with the hood release, not letting go of the hood, and it's this wire right here. That's what, when you pull the hood release switch down here, it pulls on both sides, this wire. So what I did is I took this little nut, I stretched this down, and I tightened this higher up on the wire. But the problem is this is still, you know, it's doing what it's doing before. This little lever here releases this little nipple thing on the hood. I think this has to be bent that way because this is opening as much as it's going to open, regardless if I have this nut here or where it was. And the problem with that is that we need to pop this hood in order to charge the battery. So now what I'm thinking is I just take a little quick disconnect, put it on the terminals of the battery, and then I don't want to do this, but just kind of hang it or secure it somehow down below the frame to where if we ever need to charge it, I can come down here and hopefully find it like right here or something like that. What do you guys think of that? This way you don't have to constantly, I mean, this is a pretty good looking engine base, so I do want to show it off at car shows and such. I mean, if you can't start the car, you can't even bring it to a car show, so what's the point? That might be my only option. I think because of the location of the battery anyway, it might be good to put a quick disconnect, but it'd be nice to have it on the inside of the engine bay versus dangling down below the car. As you can see, the 3100 is back. The guys at Classics Plus totally killed it. I need to still bring it to an upholstery shop because they had it for several months, but they never came with a resolution on the carpet. This was leaking antifreeze. You know how nasty that looks. This thing was just sopping wet with something I couldn't figure out, but the guys figured it out. Ruined the whole carpet, so I want to get all this carpet replaced. I have a local guy who I think can do it. Door shuts, awesome. They end up repainting a whole bunch of stuff on here, like the fenders. Man, I can see swirls and holograms from here. Damn it, I thought this one was good. There's a dent in this one, there's an alignment issue. These running boards were just totally destroyed. This thing was completely misrepresented by Earth Motor Cars, but hopefully they're going to work with me on this. I sent them a huge bill, basically a statement of what was spent and what repairs were done. Some of them were improvements. For example, one of the headlights didn't work, so instead of repairing the one, we just replaced them both with nice, I guess, modern ones, nice bright LEDs. The hood alignment was pretty nasty. And some stuff we added to enhance it, like this little guy. That was Pa's idea. A stencil in there, but we changed out the hood hinges. They're much nicer. When I took these off, there was so much Bondo in here that they flattened that out, got it all nice and smooth. So some of the stuff was improvements on things that did work but wasn't ideal, like this mirror, for example. This thing's about to pop out. Gotta work on that. This door was all wrecked. Now it's pretty damn good. We added seat belts. I changed out the radio because this thing didn't function at all. It does have 2 speakers in the back. That don't sound great, but don't sound bad either. Yeah, that shuts so much nicer. The gaps between this side and the other side were way off. A lot of it was cosmetic. But there were some mechanical safety issues that were involved that we had to do. So hopefully Earth Motor Cars helped me out with that. Because again, this truck was not presented, I should say the car was not delivered in the way it was presented. And they totally agree with me, and I don't know, it's been back and forth for like 6 months on what they're going to do. Sent them the final invoices, and we'll see what they say. I'm going to let it gas out for a few weeks, and then I'll get it wrapped and tinted. Speaking of wrapped and tinted, check out what just got done last week. Look at that. That totally transforms the car. And then we wrapped over the decals, so they're not that matte finish, they're a gloss. Looks super good. I drove that car the other day. Drives really well. I gotta wash the ZL1 sometime soon. That's been getting a few miles put on her. The M4 I've been driving. The R8 actually got, you guys may have seen that first video, I had a scratch in the passenger side glass. And the dealership bought it from Audi Madison. They weren't blaming me, but they weren't accepting, I guess, accountability for it. Because they said no one saw it there. I didn't see it at the time of delivery, and it's like, well, you're right, I didn't see it. And then they're trying to say I did it when I washed it, which we all know that didn't happen. So I went back into the delivery videos, and the reason why it wasn't noticed was because the delivery driver had the windows down. I had them up when I brought it in, but I was in a hurry to get back to work, and I couldn't, put too much time into looking at it, but you can see the scratch in those videos. So I shared that with the dealership and they're like, okay, yeah, we'll take care of it. And they even paid for most of the install. So had it been caught before delivery, Audi probably would have done a warranty replacement, because it wasn't. Audi Madison paid for the glass and they sent me a check for the labor. Labor ended up being a little bit more, but that's okay, I'm not going to complain. So that's been getting driven a little bit. It did get kind of rainstorm, which is unfortunate, but I'll get it cleaned up. It's nice and coated. No worries there. Letting the 78 gas out a little bit more. This thing turned out really good. If you guys haven't seen that video, I spent probably 4 or 5 hours polishing this thing out. It's not perfect, but it's certainly a much better than it was. See a little mark right here, but the whole thing was just wrecked. Now it looks pretty good. The clear wrap, not that I'm going to use that as a crush, but that will end up disguising some of those imperfections a little bit, which will be nice. What else? I got appointments set for, well, not set, but I brought the Prowler, the C5, both ZL6s in for an estimate on repairs. Repairs meaning paint job, and that's gonna, I just have to pull the trigger on that, but that could be done as early as next week. It's nice to get these two done for sure. I might live with the ZL6. That was the silver one. That was more of an expensive one because apparently they were prone to cracking right there, and you can repair it or you can replace it and paint it. Either way, it's not going to be cheap, so I might just live with it. I got the Borla exhaust coming up for the C5 that's outside, the Indy Pace Car, so I might do a video on that. I might try to get as much of this done today, actually. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe just throw a time lapse up, wash at least 3 cars. Yeah, we'll try that. We finished up the one Halloween prop, and they brought back this one. I'll show you guys what we're doing here. I don't know if we've seen this type of stuff. So this guy was on a 12-foot platform, and we're moving everything to a 10-foot platform just for simplicity of movement, or like, you know, transportation, and then also where it goes in my yard. So we just picked this whole thing up off the 12-footer, essentially transplanted it onto this 10-footer, then just changed up the scene a little bit, added this zombie who was on another one over here, and I'm not sure what's on this side, probably nothing. Yeah, nothing over here. So we're just putting this back together right now. Cool stuff. That'll make these things a lot more simple to move around, because this thing has a 12-footer with all the fences, and I don't know if you guys saw that years ago. We had a whole fence perimeter around that platform. That thing weighed easily like 1,000 pounds, and to push that in semi-wet grass in the morning, trying to bring these things all back, it wasn't very easy. Hopefully this 10-footers make that go a little bit smoother for us. Anyway, I'm gonna move the truck. I'll bring a few cars over. I'm just gonna wash some cars today. That's right, I replaced the windshield too. Check out how this thing sounds. It's a beast. Maybe I'll do 4 cars today. PA's 911's not looking so hot, unlike the 4RS, which was looking mighty hot. Look at this. I got this window replaced. Check out the beating action of graphene ceramic spray coating. This little side window's coated. This window's not. Look at that. Side window's not. Windshield is. Crazy, right? Alright, I'll spend a couple hours. Had an old family friend come by, their boyfriend. I had to give him a ride in the 19 Turbo S. I did that one road that I always do the launches on. We hit like 0 to 125 or something like that in like under 4 seconds. It was nuts. He liked it. I'm gonna do just one more thing while I'm here. I was hoping to get a fourth car washed. Not gonna have time, but I am gonna try, since I am a professional, I'm gonna try to get the exhaust done on the 03 Indy Pace Car. I got a Borla exhaust right there. But first, gotta move the Challenger. I haven't even driven this thing since I got it. It's a shame.
Before we get away without taking that thing off. Leggings are doing good. Thank goodness your voice is so beautiful, PA,
Okay, you guys have all seen me do this before, so we're gonna just do it the easy way. There we go. I'm getting dangerous at this, boys. That's a commercial, but that took less than a quarter. Football? Pretty good. Man, I hope the biking season goes as well as this. Disconnect setup in this car for the battery. So all I do is hook up the C-Tech, quick disconnect, which is good. Alright, I know I didn't show a whole lot besides a quick time lapse of me washing 3 cars. I was trying to get 4 done. I really wanted to get the 911 done, my dad's. And I really wanted to wash the Hummer and the Renegade. I just didn't have time. I've been here, shoot, almost 6 hours already. The exhaust intake, that took no time. I'm getting really good at that. Cars, I've just been able to get them out pretty quickly. Hope you guys are having a good end of your summer. If you're up in Minnesota, make sure you hit up the State Fair. It's something that I like to go to 4 or 5 times a year if I can. Let me know what you guys think of the exhaust. I mean, it's a no-brainer. They always sound better than stock. It's into that season where somebody's going to be getting parked here pretty soon. I wish I had filmed with Grant the launches I was doing with the 991 Turbo S. It got pretty crazy. It was like 0 to 126, back down to 0 in like 8 seconds total. It was nuts. I mean, don't quote me, but it was really fast. We got a 95 Corvette coming. Should be here Wednesday, I think, and a 08 Indy Pace Car. Pa's going crazy again, these Indy Pace cars. So we'll have that one, 3, 4, we'll have 4 Indy Pace cars once he's all done. Got the 3100 back. I smell gas underneath it. I filled it up, maybe it was overflow or something. I'll check that out. I'm probably gonna drive that today. But I'll get a video detailing that here pretty soon. Some of the cars are set for paint correction here. That's about it. All right, busy day at the toy box. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, I do appreciate watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.